Excuse me, y'all. Dougly be making me. I ain't gonna lie, it's making me mad. I don't know. Oh. Let her run that back. Let her run that back. Let's go. Say, let your forearm know it comes down. Let's go. Let's go. What's possible on the Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Salute to the people. It might be just be one. It is what it is. And the reason I say that, I do the same thing. Like I'll just look and in the building. But uh, hold on. What the heck? This my lives are going crazy. I don't mean by numbers. Like I don't understand like what's going on. You feel me? Um, this I ain't gonna lie. This stuff be making me upset. Hold on. I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget about it. I'm sorry. $5 bag. What is going on? I am excellent. I am. How are you? Are you okay? Everything's going like. Let me tell you something. Ain't my life is not like perfect or anything. I have my demons. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my faults. I have my demons. But in the meantime, between time, like I love who I am. I love my. It's crazy because like literally, I didn't love myself back in the day, but I love myself now. And the job I have, I love my job. Then I just got a raise. What they say was what I want to say 10. But I ended up giving the bus driver that. It's crazy. Like now, I didn't think I was gonna like it out here because I stay in the mountains of Washington, like literally the mountains. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I've been here for 8.5 years. Mm, mm. But I like it. I love it out here. So, oh God, I'm sorry. I should have highlighted. I'm sorry. Facts. We all got our problems. It is what it is. But me having my problems, like it don't fuck up my whole day. I might get mad, you know what I'm saying, at that particular point and moment. But in the meantime, between time, I love I love life to a certain extent. I was on somebody else's panel earlier. Shout out to Mouthpiece. I was on his panel earlier. We was talking about um forgot. We was talking about some girl, a little girl. When I came in hella late. Um, but shout out to that brother because he has so much wisdom and knowledge. Um, he ha- it's just crazy. Mm, but yeah, excuse me. I love what I do. I love my job. I like to do what I do. Like literally, HR came to me. HR, we don't have a union, but we do have HR, and and she's a female, and she was like, "You would never not have a job." Never understood what she meant by that, but now I do. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Felicia. You know what I'm saying? Like when I met Felicia, I trained her. And then she ended up going somewhere else in the department. Like we got over 20 locations of the YWCA, so she could go like literally go anywhere. So she oh, it's not I'm sorry. What you mean I look beautiful? Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't feel that way. I appreciate real talk. I really appreciate that. Love this song. This song came out before I was born. It was so in my soul, say cry, girl. I would rather go flying, boy. I love this song. Well, I love this movie too. I love you so much that I don't want to leave me be. Your warm embrace, baby. Hold on. Oh, yeah, baby, baby. Okay, hold on. So I was just reading. Shout out to England. Shout out. Um, I'm from England. Shout out to you. I love a big black gallant. I don't understand that part. Um, don't get me wrong. I'm a big girl. I love. You know what I'm saying. I'm a big girl. A lot of people say I'm not big. I consider myself big. I don't give a fuck. I consider myself being a big girl. I'm only 5 foot even. You know what I'm saying? But I love being who I am. I love being a BBW. Let me say this. It took me a minute to embrace who I am, if that makes sense. Um, but ever since then, like I love who I am. You take it or leave it. It's nothing to me. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to England. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I do want to come out there. I want to come out my circumference. I really would love to go outside of the United States. But in the meantime, between time, I'm scared. I don't want to get on a plane. I'm so scared of a plane. I think I would have been hella places, like at least 3 places. Um, uh, to go see. Not in the states though. What you mean? Can you show me what? I'm not understanding what you're saying. Like you giving me these half sentences that I don't understand. So I'm letting you know I don't understand what you're saying in my chat, bro. Excuse me. Mm, 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 mm.
I only wish.
Um, what y'all be talking about in your Discord? You feel me? Like I'm not all of that. I'm not gonna lie. Like I had Instagram for like give or take years, and I never got on there. So they made me start a new Insta. I mean YouTube page, and I don't know. I have never been like really nowhere because I thought it was important to raise my kids. Yeah, I would love to know what y'all talk about in the Discord. So, yeah, let's go. Yes, God, thank you for- Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can come up. Hold on. What's up? What you want? Mm. It's crazy because I don't even get these cool things. I'm about to drop the link. Give me a couple of seconds. I'm not understanding. My computer is really acting up and it's making me so upset. Um, hold on. Hold on. This is making me so mad. Something told me it was so. It was so. Say hi, girl. Whoa. I will rather go blind. I will so much. I don't want to. Memories. Baby. Oh, oh, my boy. baby, baby. Ah.
record and hope you don't live. Show you why some people own this is okay. Don't samples hinge.
Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's one of my favorites. I love that song. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Let's go. Yes. Oh, my muscle. Let's go. Baseline. Like the 4 5. Let's go. Yes, sir. Ah, what's going on? What's up? Mm. Oh, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. I need to. I really want to share my screen. Mm-mm-mm.
Expect a woman to be everything you want to be. You are not being everything she needs you to be. It's not about what you're getting, but what you're giving. If you want your lady to be a piece, your supporter, you got to show up in her security, her protector. A woman needs you, cherished and respected. She needs to know that you're there for her through thick and thin. When she looks at you, she should see a man who is dependable, a man who listens, a man who supports dreams just as much. Love is an action word. It's not just what you say, it's what you do. If you love that lasts, you got to put in the work. The man who leads with love, who makes her feel like the queen she is, because when you give her your best, she'll give you hers.
Now let me say this, and everything Steve Harvey just said, I totally agree with. But in the meantime, between time, they got to go both ways. You know what I'm saying? It got to go both. My shit. Uh, but it got to go both ways. It is just about her. No, me saying this as a woman. It can't just be about me. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like when he say uplifting, we gotta uplift each other to be successful. If that makes sense to anybody. You feel me? Like oh, I really, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like where people try to make it one sided. It's the woman's fault, it's the man. No, it's both of our faults. While we not together anymore, if that makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on now, what we talk about? And I don't have a problem with saying that. The thing is, like when I got with my kids, I got 4 kids, and my last 3 kids is by the same person. Which my oldest child, he raised her from 7 years old. Um, so she know her who her dad is. That's no if ands or buts, but uh, my daughter, I don't know what happened. He ended up passing away. In his sleep, like 4 years ago. But you know what I'm saying? Like literally, um, I understand some men, right? I understand that they go through certain things, especially with women, right? So one day I will never forget it, right? My daughter was 12 years old. And you know what I'm saying? She went and now I want to give a shout out to his mom and his sister. It was just two of them. Shout out to both of them. Salute, salute. Um, my daughter go see her grandma all the time. She's going through dementia right now, so she go visit them. Um, I want to say this. Salute to my girl Tasha. Tasha is his sister. Now, when I had my daughter, I just talked about this yesterday on my live. Yeah, yesterday morning. Um, I was I had my daughter when I was 13, right? But in the meantime, between time, her dad, we was only 3 years apart. It's not like he was hella old, you know what I'm saying? Is like he's 10, you know what I'm saying, 10, 20 years older than me. No. We was only 3 years apart. I was 13, he was 16. It is what it is. Hold on. Hold on. Um I swear to God, I didn't know dogs they snore until I got my own dogs. I ain't gonna lie. So what is the Discord though? You're not letting me know what the Discord. I work a lot, so like literally, I try to get on here as much as I can. I started going live, trying to do my own thing back in 2022. So, oh, he said, "Can I come up?" I thought I put it in there. Hold on. I swear to God, I thought I'm gonna worry about it. Hold on. I swear I thought I put the link in the chat. Hold on. It's making me so mad. Where am I at? Okay. Oh, it kills me because my screen is not little, but it's not big either. But I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what's. It's making me mad. Hold on. Hey, Montrese, my nigga, what it do? Montrese, what did you do for your birthday last weekend? I would love to know what you did for your birthday last weekend. You're a Gemini. Ugh. I mean, not a Gemini. You're a Capricorn. And y'all crazy. I think like Capricorns like y'all take a lot of BS from females when y'all don't have to. Um, I'm only saying that because my brother's a Capricorn, and like my brother had, I ain't gonna lie, he had 6 children in 1 year by different women. So yeah, I was trippy. You feel me? Trippy, trippy, trippy. Oh, I didn't even get to play my little sayings I love off of Instagram. I think I'm coming down with a call because mine. I mean, I already got like I have a deeper voice right now. Um, I mean, I'll be at work and they be like, they'll call it. I swear, like at least about 30 to 45% of the people who call think I'm a dude until I have to let them know, no, that's not it. Hey, sugar plums. Hold on. Are you up here, Treese? I don't see you. Hold on. Hey, my Treese. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing
How
with
you
your
doing?
sexy self? What's going down?
Oh, I'm good. Good
I
chilling.
know you always do with your fat ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. What you do for your birthday last weekend?
My birthday was on the 22nd of December.
The 22nd? Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
My brother's birthday is the 23rd of December. And then my cousin's birthday is the 26th of December. My grandma passed on the 26th of December. Like, bro, all I got is Gemini's and Capricorns in my life. That's crazy.
And that's wild. And
That's
that's wild.
crazy because like my three boys, I got my oldest child. I don't know, my trees. Have you ever met my daughter?
No, I've listened to her music though.
Okay, yeah, she I'm mad at her because like literally, like she been rapping ever since she was 7 years old. She's 33 now. I had her when I was 13. And I love her to death. And so let me ask you a question, right? So, do you have any kids, my trees?
Nah.
Okay, so my daughter's 33. Now, we're 13. Me and my daughter is 13 years apart. I'm only 46. So my daughter ended up texting me like at the beginning of last week, Monday. And she was like, Mom, me and my mom don't get I don't know if you ever heard my story or anything on here, my trees, or anybody in the chat, but me and my mom, we're like oil and water. Or oil and water. We don't mix. You know what I'm saying? I'm her oldest child, but I'm her only girl. Like my daughter,
Right.
she's my only girl. So me and my mom don't get along, right? My daughter knows
Mhm.
this. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so my daughter was like, "Do you want to go on Como?" I didn't know who the fuck that is. Now this was just Monday. I'm like, Como, who is that? So she ended up sending me one of his what is it called? One of his shows. I As soon as I see his picture, I knew who he was because I see him on YouTube. When I watch my shorts, I see him on there. My daughter was like, Mom, I want you to come on there. I'm like, for what? You know what I'm saying? It's not like me and my daughter has a problem. She want me and my mom to get along, right?
Hmm.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? What kills me about the whole thing, my trees, my mom stay walking distance from my job. My mom moved out here so we could get a so we could be in a better relationship, right? My mom moved out here a year after me.
Mm.
So we can, at that time when I moved out here in 2014, I haven't talked to my mom in 3 years because I know what type of mindset my mom has. She's a Gemini. She likes to take over everything. I'm not doing that no more. I'm a Pisces. You know what I'm saying? My birthday is March 17th on St. Patty's Day. I got it.
Oh, too.
Bro, my
That's
trees, I got it tatted on my back, bro.
I'm just that's wild. A real close cousin of mine, his birthday on the 17th too. And he, you know what I'm saying? So that's crazy.
And, facts. And what kills me, my trees, in my whole generation, on my mom's side and on my dad's side, I'm the only Pisces. You feel what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like my grandma told me that ever since I was a kid. I'm the only Pisces in the whole family. All I got is Gemini's. Like I got Gemini's, Leos, and the Capricorns. And my
Mm.
daughter, her birthday is like. So when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was pregnant with her at 12 years old. So they told me I was gonna have her on Halloween, but I ended up having her um October 18th. So I ended up having her then. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I was, like it is what it is. I don't understand what's going on. I'm gonna have to give you a stick that you can come up by yourself, my trick. No, I'm just like with you. But I had my daughter when I was 13. She was due on Halloween, but I ended up
Mm.
having her October 18th. You feel me? So like, uh, my youngest son, our birthdays are three weeks apart. He is Aries. You know what I'm saying? So I have, but nobody is a Pisces. I'm the only Pisces in my family until my son just had a baby. Now my second son just had a baby. She will be one on the 25th of February. That's the only Pisces besides me. You feel me? So my grandma always told me if she was always a zodiac, she loved the Bible, but she taught me about my zodiac signs. And you know what I'm saying? I really go by my zodiac sign. You know what I'm saying? I really believe, uh, what we do or what happens, you know what I'm saying? It goes with your zodiac sign. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, she's telling me her birthday's May 25th, right? So I have a son, my second son, his birthday is June 4th. They don't get along at all. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? My son want my son it's crazy. They don't get along. So then I got a son, he's a Leo. He don't get along with my mom. I don't get along with my mom. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, between time, me myself personally, I tried. You know what I'm saying? After my grandma had passed, and after the funeral back in um 2012, my grandma we had buried my grandma. You know what I'm saying? She died. She passed away a, a day after Christmas. She passed away, but we didn't bury her until June. I mean, January. So when we buried her, you know what I'm saying? Like we buried
Mm-hmm.
her,
Mhm.
and hold on, I'm sorry, my bad. I got it's hella dark in my room. I don't even know what I did with my lighter so I can light my blunt back up. Um, Me and my mom don't get along. Period. You know what I'm saying? So when I moved out here in 2014, my mom wanted to, you know what I'm saying, try, you know what I'm saying, for us to get along. Now, I didn't have a problem with that. I'm her only girl. I'm the oldest. I'm her only girl, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so my mom moved out here. Like literally to this day, my trees. My mom stay walking distance from my job. I think it might take me about 5 minutes to get to her apartment building. You feel me? Um, but in the meantime, between time, like my mom. Let me say this: I love my mom, right? She's hella dope when she's not drinking or she's not doing cocaine. She's hella dope. But when she started drinking and stuff, me myself personally, I like to drink too, my trees. But I'm one of them happy drunks. I'm a happy person. Like literally, I would give my kids everything in my pockets. That's what type of drunk I am. My mom, no, she's not like that. You know what I'm saying? My mom, when she get back in the day, when she got high, she used me as a puncher bag. I'm only
Mm.
5 foot even. What can you do with a person like that? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't know if you was watching. Shout out to Mouthpiece. He was talking about breaking, curses yesterday.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
my thing was like I didn't want my kids to grow up like that. Even though I had my daughter when I was 13. Had her when I was 13. I didn't have my next child until I was 20. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because and I don't have a problem with saying this, my trees. Like I'm only and it's crazy. I'm 5 foot, right? 5 foot even. My daughter's only 4'8". She's 4'8",
Mm.
right?
Mm.
My boys, they're 6 feet. You feel me? So
Yeah.
literally, I knew she was gonna only be my girl. I knew when I was pregnant with her, I knew she was gonna be a girl, and I knew she was gonna. It's just like it's crazy because you have these epiphanies. When you sleeping, I have a lot of epiphanies, so I knew she was gonna be my only girl. You feel me? Um, I knew she was gonna be my only girl, and it's crazy to say that. Um, to know she was, I had an epiphany of my trees. I knew she was gonna be my only girl, and she's my oldest child to this day. And this crazy, like I was talking about this on my live yesterday. I was talking on my live yesterday. It was just myself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was in the chat or anything. And I was talking about like I raised my daughter in the church as being 13 years old. I raised my daughter in the church. It's crazy because like last, I want to say the beginning of last year of 2024, or I think it was the end of 2023. I did not even know my daughter was an ordained minister. You feel me?
Mm.
She's been married for 8 years. And let me tell you something. I didn't know two zodiac the same like her and her husband. They're the same zodiac sign. Their birthdays are only a couple of days apart. I never thought that any zodiac sign, like literally, like if I met a Pisces guy, I never thought, you know what I'm saying, y'all can be compatible. I always thought you have to be outside your zodiac sign to find somebody, right? And it's crazy. And that, you're right. I agree. I agree. That's what I'm saying. My trees, like literally. I know you jumped off, but I know you hear me. Um, I always thought that way until I when I thought that way. But what kills me about the whole thing, right, my trees, is like when I talk to her husband. He been on my panel. My daughter's been on my panel. I love his energy. But in the meantime, between time, it's crazy because like literally we're going through the same thing with each other with our own moms, right? And what I mean by that, like his mom is a certain kind of way, my mom is a certain kind of way, but they're, you know what I'm saying, they both exactly the same. They both get, I don't know what's going on, my trees. I'm gonna have to give you a mod stick or something, or you need to send me your email or something so you can
Not
just
no
jump up
more.
here whenever you want. But anyway,
Mm.
but anyway, when my daughter told me like he having problems with his mom and his baby dad, I mean the baby mamas he got or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And how his mom, he was like, my daughter was like, Mom, his mom is just like your mom. And I think that has a little to do with them being together. Like literally, my daughter, I ain't gonna lie, my daughter does not complain about her husband, but her husband complains about her, right? And it's not in a bad way. Because my daughter, I had her when I was 13. I ain't gonna lie, my treats, I spoiled the fuck out of my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, it took,
Mhm.
I mean, like literally, I have never, my daughter said, Mom, you had a pair. I feel like this. I have never owned a pair of Jordans. And now I was talking to my daughter about this on my live. She said, Mom, you did have a pair of Jordans. I don't remember me ever having a pair of Jordans. But in the meantime, between time when I had my daughter, and I said this on my live before, um, I had my daughter when I was 13. You cannot even start really working until you're 16. You got to get all of them papers, that little paper filled out to start working at 16. But in Illinois, back in the day, they used to have these summer programs for kids. You know what I'm saying? 13 and up. And shit, I took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I took advantage of that. And my daughter, I just don't remember my daughter. I don't remember her not having a pair of joints ever. Growing up. But she told me, "Ma, you had Jordans before." I don't remember me. I literally, I don't remember ever having Jordans. Um, the only thing I know I can remember, I was 11 years old. And I said this. It's crazy because I'm saying this again. I was talking about this. For my birthday. My mom bought me. So my mom used to buy my brother when Jordans came out back in the 80s. I think it was what 88 or 86, 88, 1986 or 1988 when Jordans first came out, right? My brother had every pair of Jordans that ever came out. It wasn't a variety of them until my daughter was born. She was born in 1991. So they had a plethora of Jordans at that time. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter had every pair of Jordans. But in the meantime, between time, a lot of people don't remember. If you're not from Chicago, you wouldn't understand, right? They used to have it's called towel coats back in the day. And you know what I'm saying? Uh my daughter, like when them came out, I was at Jewtown. If anybody know what Jewtown is, you feel me? I was at Jewtown buying my daughter a towel coat. And I don't think a lot of people remember that because it it was only, I think it was only popular in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Or in Illinois. But in the meantime, between time, they had ended up coming out with the coats. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Lanice. But in the meantime, between time, if you're a real Chicago person, you know what towel coats are. Um, if I'm not mistaken, they came from New York. Then they ended up trickling to Illinois. I never owned a towel coat. I would never say I did. I never owned a towel coat, but my daughter did. I made sure my daughter was, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I kept my daughter G. I didn't give a fuck about myself. And a lot of people say, and my pet peeve is I cannot stand a female who look better than a child. That fucks with me. No, no, that's not a good parenting. Are you serious? For real? That ain't it. Look, bro, that's not that. I never. It was just that, like, let me say this. Jordans really don't have nothing to do with it, right? I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother had Jordan. I got a brother who's like a year, I want to say a year and some months under me, right? When Jordans first came out back in the 80s, my brother had every pair of Jordans. I have never owned a pair of Jordans. The reason I say that is because, like, I made sure my daughter was bossed up, teed up, as being a teenage mom. You feel me? That don't make you clothes, material things don't make you a good parent. You feel me? Never will make you a good parent. Like, I want to make that clear. But in the meantime, between time, what I didn't get from my mom or my dad, I wanted to make sure my daughter had it, regardless. Me and her dad weren't together, but in the meantime, between time, he wasn't taking care of her. But his sister and his mom took care of her with me. They helped me out a lot. So I would never take that away from him. He didn't do nothing like rest in peace. He's been gone for 5 years. He passed away in his sleep 5 years ago. We only 3 years apart. It's not like he was a way older guy. We was 3 years apart. I was 13 and he was 16 when I had her.
Mm.
But he didn't help me take care of her. But his mom and his sister did because it was just them two. It was him and his sister. His sister helped me, and his mom helped me take care of her. I would never like. I got her. I keep his sister. His sister on my Facebook because I really appreciate it. They didn't have to do that because this is not their child. You know what I'm saying? Like I gave birth to this child. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, he gave birth to her. I gave birth to her. This didn't have nothing to do with his mom or his sister, but they end up taking over for me, for her, for him, which I really appreciated. But in the meantime, between time, let me tell you something. I am 46 right now. I've been working ever since I was able to work. I've been working since I was 14. Never, you know what I'm saying? Like when I might move to different states and my trees, like literally. If I ain't worked in 4 months, I go crazy. I don't like to be at home. I love to work. You know what I'm saying? So when I retire, in about I want to say in 15 more years, I'm going to retire. Bro, do you people don't understand how much social security you didn't accumulate it. First of all. Second of all, I moved out here in Washington State back in 2014. Um, I the job I have now, I've been working there since 2016. I have not went nowhere else. Um, I do have 401k, right? My 401k right now is shit. I want to say it's like 85,000 right now. So I don't like literally. I was trying. I ain't gonna lie. Some companies do let you touch your 401k. My job won't let me do it. If you want to touch it, then they told me I have to quit my job. I'm not quitting my job. Are you crazy? I love what I do. Then I just got a raise. Are you serious? Nigga, I make $33 an hour at my job right now. When I came here in 2015, because I knew they was talking about pay increases or whatever. I'm from the Midwest. I was born and raised in Chicago. I stayed in Minnesota. When I stayed in Minnesota for the 2 years, I ended up finding, like literally, my mindset was already coming to Washington State. You know what I'm saying? But everybody was like, come to me, like all my family who I grew up with basically migrated to Minnesota. I stayed out there for 2 years. I hated the whole 2 years I was there. I ain't gonna lie. I got into it with my auntie. Like my auntie, she was my favorite. Like growing up, she was my favorite auntie. We only 5 years apart. You know what I'm saying? Like I always loved her to a certain extent, but when she had moved out and I was still staying with my grandma, she moved out to Minnesota back in I want to say 1991 or 1992. And like literally, you know what I'm saying, when her mom, which is my grandma, right? She raised me though. And I call her Big Mom. And when she couldn't give her the money, she really dogged her mom out. She really dogged my grandma out because she didn't have the money. Now, my grandma worked at the post office, but in the meantime, between time, she owned a whole building. And it's not like a bogus. My grandma owned a brownstone building, and if y'all know what brownstone, that's money. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't made out of wood. It was made out of brick. You feel me? So when my auntie moved, my auntie was the youngest. You feel me? Again, I grew up with my auntie. We only 5 years apart. But she wanted money for my grandma. My grandma didn't have it at that particular time, which is her mom, and she used to like. I just couldn't see myself um being that hard uh hateful, because like literally like to this day, let me tell you something. To this day, you know what I'm saying, and I say this. She might be in my bushes. I don't give a fuck. My sometimes she watches it, but my grandma, I mean my auntie is in her 50s now. I don't really remember her ever having a job. She want to live off of everybody else. And like she has two kids herself, and they're grown now, but they both moved out. Now, when I grew up with my auntie, she was dope as fuck to me. I'm sorry, but like I ain't gonna lie. If I go back to StreamYard, I don't think you will have that problem. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call them and let them know. I ain't gonna lie, like I don't really have my treats, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about the only people who really come and see me. So I'm not gonna spend over $50 for StreamYard, which I can do the same thing on Restream over here. I'm only paying 20. I mean, with taxes, I'm paying $21 every month. You feel me? So I just didn't, and I'm so sorry, my trees. Like I love you, and I really want you to be up here with me, cause you dope as fuck to me. Um, but I don't think, like literally, I don't really don't think my auntie ever, like my daughter told me she did work a couple of times, but like it wasn't a consistent job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like when I moved to Minnesota, I worked fast food. Like, let me tell you something. Fast food, you started off with fast food in my teenage years. But I always thought in my head, right, that wherever I moved, I don't care wherever I move, I got fast food on, on my resume. It's not hard. And then I'm not trying to be really, I'm not trying to be funny. My name. How my name is spelled, they think I'm a Mexican. Come on, let's make this clear. How my name is spelled. It's spelled like a Mexican name. So it was a good job. You get what I'm saying? Uh, like my kid, the only person who has a fucked up ass name is my daughter. I was talking about this yesterday. My daughter has a really fucked up name. I don't care, and she know how I feel about the name. I don't like her name, but in the meantime, between time, I respect the name. And what I mean by I respect the name, that's my granny's name. I just don't like that southern ass shit. You feel me? Like my daughter has my grandma name. I named my daughter after my grandma because I that's how much respect I have for my grandma. um, and her name is uh uh what's her name? I mean, I know her name, but I'm trying to think of the character, and I know a lot of people know the character. Whoopi Goldberg. She played on God damn it, Color Purple. Now, when Oprah, well, I mean Oprah was on there too, but Whoopi Goldberg's name was Silly. If anybody remember that, that's my grandma name. I never liked my grandma name. I hate her name. Her name is Silly Mae McGee. I mean, literally Silly Mae Salter. That's her name. McGee is from my um from her husband. But I never liked that name. I think that's a corny ass fucking name. I never liked the name. But in the meantime, between time, I literally to this day, I have epiphanies. And I knew she was gonna be my only girl, so um I named her after my granny. I didn't give her that I didn't give her that May for we're not doing May. Silly May McGee, we wasn't doing that. But I did name her first name is my grandma's name. And then I looked in the African book and I just wanted to a lot of people don't realize your name fits a lot of people don't realize it's not even your zodiac sign. Sometimes you can see that person. You can say Julio. He looked like a Julio. You feel what I'm saying? Like my daughter, she don't look like a country bumpkin. My grandma was born and raised in. She was born in Mississippi, but she was raised in Alabama. So you know what I'm saying. Her name was Silly Mae Salter. I wasn't going that far. I'm fuck that shit. Oh no, I'm not doing that. I will like literally. I want. So, but in the meantime, between time, my grandma been raising me ever since I was 4 months. So I gave her her first name. Looked in the African book, and I let my auntie, my grandma's firstborn, give my daughter her middle name, and I loved it. It was her. My daughter's name is Nyana. Her middle name is Nyana. So I love that. So like literally stuck with that. But in the meantime, after I started having these little knucklehead ass boys, I made sure I'm not naming my kids no Tyrone. No. I gave my kids Mexican names too. I ain't gonna lie. Like my oldest son, his name is Romeo, right? And then my second son name is Ramon. Then my third son name is Romelo. And I knew well, his nickname is Mello. So I knew Mello was gonna be my last child because I didn't want to have no more kids, and I knew I wasn't gonna be with their father anymore. I knew this. You feel what I'm saying? So after I had Mello, I I like so when I had my first son, he wanted my first son to be named after him. You got 3 boys before my son. Before I had my first child by him, you already have 3 boys, and one of your oldest boy, have your name. First of all, second of all, your name is Romaine, like the letters. I'm not gonna name my son Romaine. No, not at all. So I really wanted to name Romeo Romello. He didn't want that, but in the meantime, between time, I'm not naming my son no fucking letters, Romaine. So what happened was like we end up coming to a conclusion of Romeo. And then so he was like, can he at least have my middle name? I didn't have a problem with him having his middle name because me and the dad, our middle names is really almost the same. Like his middle, like my son's name, middle name, my oldest son, his name is LaShawn, like his dad. I didn't have a problem with that. His name is LaShawn. I didn't have a problem with that because my middle name is Mishon. They didn't even know that. Like my son don't know that, or he didn't know that. So I didn't have a problem with that. But like all three of my boys is by the same guy, and like they have the same initials, RLJ. All of them do. But when I was pregnant with my last child, I knew I was going to name him Romello, and the only reason I knew that because I love Sugar Hill. That was one of my favorite gangster movies back in the day. Excuse me. And Wesley Snipes, his name was wrong. His nickname was wrong, but his name was Romello in the movie. I always loved that name. You know what I'm saying? So I knew this was gonna be my last child. I knew I wasn't gonna be with like you. I don't know. I've been having epiphanies forever, and I knew we weren't gonna be together. Uh, so I was like, long as I had all my kids before I was 30. You feel me? Now I'm 46 years old. My youngest is 18, going on 19. That's my youngest. Everybody else moved out but my son. And I'm not mad that he didn't move out. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be in this. And though I do have my dogs, but like it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't expect I don't expect him to move out. He want to move out, but it is what it is. I love my babies. I love all my kids. Like it's crazy because my last three boys, we moved out here to Washington together. One stay in Renton, one stay with me, and one live in Seattle. And it's crazy because where I work at this building that my son lives in. So like literally he'd be like, Mom, you downstairs? I'd be like, yeah. And he's 21 now. He was like, Mom, I need to talk to you. We just sit up there and chop it up or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm glad that I do have a great relationship with my kids. Even, you know what I'm saying? Even my daughter, like having my daughter at 13 years old, right? It 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 don't fuck me up, but I can't believe how amazing my daughter is. You know what I'm saying? Like she's an ordained minister. You know what I'm saying? And I know I had something to do with that because my daughter always said when she was a kid she wanted to be an ordained minister. Anyway, she's been married. Her anniversary I think is June I want to say June 30th. Would be married for 8 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they don't have a problem. Like, they might have their little spits and spats, but my daughter always said, we can always get over it. You know what I'm saying? Her and her husband. They have two kids together. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know too many teenage moms. And though me and my daughter have our problems, ain't shit cookies and cream. But to hear that my daughter is like I didn't know this until last year. We was on my live. I want to say January or February of 2024. She told me she was an ordained minister. I knew she wanted to be one, but I never knew she proceeded with it. Like my daughter can read the Bible back and forth. I the thing is, I raised her in a church. You know what I'm saying? I was going to church for a while. Um, but I ain't gonna lie, you got perverts in the church as well. So I end up leaving that church, end up going to a different church. And this before I had my daughter, before I was pregnant with her. Um, I decided to for myself. You feel me? It was like I wanted to go to church because I wanted to get out the tox. My mom was toxic. She was mean. She was evil. Like, bro, I always thought she was the devil. So I ended up, you know what I'm saying, going to church. My auntie, which is my mom's sister, she used to take me to church ever since I was a kid. And it's crazy to say that. And my auntie was schizophrenic. She raised me. You know what I'm saying? Besides my granny. But she was schizophrenic. And it's crazy because she taught me how to speak a little Spanish and she taught me sign language. And though she was schizophrenic. Like literally. So it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy. But I really appreciate her. I miss her a lot. She passed away. She got hit by a car and she passed. I want to say 2009. She had passed. She had got hit by a car and she had passed. You feel me? But like literally, she was schizophrenic, and I tell people all the time, I would not change her for the world. She was the best babysitter she could be. Period. You know what I'm saying? As me growing up, um, I would never take that away. Um, and I really appreciate her. Uh, but again, she got hit by a car. Um, I want to say 2009. I think she got hit by a car because I know her and my granny, they passed 2 years apart, and I know that was her first child to pass. Um, so yeah, it was crazy to know that my auntie had passed. Like, bro, she was. It's crazy when you're a kid. Let me say this: when you're a kid, I didn't see her being schizophrenic until I got older. And though, you know what I'm saying, I heard it from my granny or whatever, you don't know what it means. Me myself personally, I didn't dilate it or I didn't comprehend what my auntie would I mean my grandma was telling me, you know what I'm saying, until I got older. Um and she helped me out with my daughter, you know. Um but when I found out she got hit by a car, um it fucked me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like she was everything to me. My auntie was everything to me. Um, yeah. She got hit in October of 2009. As I'm thinking about it, I don't know exactly what date, but I know it happened in 2009. But I'm always in a positive. I try to be in a positive mood all the time. I think that's very important to be in a positive mood, right? And you know what I'm saying? My title is about relationships. And I wasn't just talking about a man and woman. I'm just talking about a plethora of different relationships, right? Like like I tell my kids, and you know what I'm saying? To this day, I always tell my kids, regardless if all my kids are, like, before I'm 50, all my kids will be over 21. Let's make that clear. But in the meantime, between time, I tell my kids all the time, like, until the day I die, I'm still gonna learn how to be a mom, regardless. People can miss me with that bullshit. You still learning how to be a mom. AKA, I tell my friends, until the day I die, you feel what I'm saying? Until the day I die, I'm still learning how to be a better friend to you. A coworker. I like all of this. I didn't told. I didn't said this, and I really believe in that. You know what I'm saying? You like, and dog, you could be the mom, but you know what I'm saying? Like literally, you want to be there for your child. I wish. Let me tell you something. You talk about clothes and shoes and stuff. Literally, if you see my boys, you wouldn't believe I raised them like that. Like I didn't even know. Like my boys, they would sit here and they would like anytime when I take my boys somewhere, right? It's not. It's I don't understand why you making it about the materialistic. I'm just saying, like literally, I see females who be having be G'd up and their kids looking hella dirty. I was the opposite. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I love my kids being in Jordan. Jordan, when they was kids, it wasn't nothing compared to now. You feel me? Uh, well, my daughter. I'm gonna say my daughter. My daughter's 33. My daughter still wear a size 2 in kids. She's only 4'8". She's my oldest child. She's only 4'8". You feel me? It ain't about the clothes and shoes. It's about the knowledge you teach your kids. What you want your kids to learn. Like, and what I mean by what you want your kids to learn, I've been working like forever. I don't, like I said, I think the only time I didn't have a job is when I moved out here. I moved out here in 2014, and I went to hair school. Now, when I went to hair school, I graduated. I did everything. I did all of that. I didn't get my license. The reason I ain't go get my license because the homelessness people, the people are homeless out here. So I thought that was more important to me, right? So I end up, you know what I'm saying, doing that. I've been at my same job since 2016. Been at the same job, doing the same thing. I came out here from Chicago with no hope. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even think I was gonna. Let me tell you this. I never thought I would be where I'm at now. Let's make that clear. I never thought I was gonna be where I'm at now. Now, and what I mean by that is like I did have a significant other when we moved out here. Uh, let me say this. Me being dumb, and I'm saying me as an individual, as a person, me being dumb, messing with somebody uh, who don't want to do nothing, right? I didn't see it that way. Cause I think I started messing with him when I was 30 or 31. Um, Ended up messing with him for a while. We moved to a couple of states together. It is what it is, right? Um, and I thought we was gonna be together. I ain't gonna lie. I thought we was gonna be together for a long, long time. He knew I couldn't have no more kids. I told him I didn't want to have kids. And like my youngest son is 18 right now. So when I met him, my son was 1.5 at that time. I had broke up with their father. Um, and I've talked about this on my page a lot. Like this man put his hands on me. And I'm not one of them. I'm not a forgiving person when a person put their hands on me. Um, he put his hands on me. Uh, and what's so crazy about it, and I say that, and I talked about this before. Um, hold on. When he put his hands on me, I ain't gonna lie. Um, it's crazy because like literally he beat me like hella. He beat me crazy. Um, and when that happened, because I deal with that through when I was growing up. I was my mom's punching bag, so I didn't care who it was. Like all you have to do is put your hands on me one time, and I'm done. I never talked crazy to him. I never called him out his name. To this day, I like my kids can even tell you, like literally, I don't even curse at my kids. And when I say, if I say motherfucker, my kids get mad. Like one of my sons, we was talking. I said, all I said was, it was a sentence, but I said motherfucker, and he didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't curse at my kids. I don't like I curse like a sailor when I'm kicking it, but when it came down to my kids and or you know what I'm saying, my granny or you know what I'm saying, I never could curse in front of them, you know. Um, but I said mother. I ain't gonna lie. This was like last year. I call him my middle son because my last three my last three kids, we all moved out here together. My daughter um was staying in Mississippi. Um, but in the meantime, between time, yeah. So I just said like last year, I was like I was at work and I was like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my son because he stay in the building I work at. So he has a dog. You know what I'm saying? He has a dog. And he was like, Mom, can you go up there and check on the dog? Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? So I go up there. You know what I'm saying? Go in his apartment or whatever. And I'm noticing, like, bro, like, what are we doing? So we get into it because I didn't like how he was treating the dog. So he was like, that's my dog. Woo. I don't give two flying fucks if it's your dog. And the only reason I'm saying that is because like I'm that way with my kids as well. Like I treat like bro, what are we doing? Like he had hella feces in his cage or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like what's going on? So I cleaned out the cage. I'm not letting him stay in that. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? He only got this one dog and literally like I'll keep his dog for like 2 or 3 weeks with because I got 5 dogs. They're not big dogs, they're small dogs, but his dog is a brother and sister to my dogs, really. But you know what I'm saying, he'll get mad or whatever, and he put him in this small ass cage, and it's driving me freaking crazy. To this day, it's driving me crazy. I am working on getting him a bigger cage. I don't give a fuck. I don't like the cage. He know how I feel about it. We get into it because of the cage. I'm not gonna lie. Like, um, it's crazy because like I was scared of dogs all my life. My son got his first dog. My middle son got his dog, the one who's 21. He ended up getting a dog, and then from when he got his dog, I got the sister. He got a boy dog. I got a girl dog, which is the sister. And from there, like the sister is like, I've been in my apartment. I've been working on my job for 9. I've been in my apartment for 7, so my oldest dog is only 6 years old. So it is what it is. But I was scared of dogs, and he ended up teaching me how to take care of dogs. You know what I'm saying? So to see him do uh what you know what I'm saying, like he's a clean, like he got OCD, and it made me mad to know that, like, where you been, or you might be kicking with somebody, but my thing is, if you're gonna kick it with somebody, just bring them home, because he at least got 4 other people, not four, three of 3 dogs out of my 5 that want to play. Now, my 2 oldest dogs, they don't want to play. They just want to watch. They want to sleep and watch TV. That's all they do. When I come home, I, that's what they do. They get on the bed, watch TV, or go to bed. It is what it is. The other ones, they like to run. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm at work, I do have I have a cage. It's an indoor cage, but I try to decorate it a little bit to make it look like a house or whatever when I have to go to work, because I work overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. So yeah, but excuse me. I'm again, the reason I brought up the clothes and stuff, like being from Chicago, the women always look better than their kids, and I thought that was disgusting. I didn't rock with shit like that. Like, I want to say, I want to say, I was a junior. I think I was a junior or a senior, and I had a job. But in the meantime, between time, I was talking about this too. Um, I used to sell drugs, so like, um, the job I had at McDonald's, it was a school program. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, my credits went to me working there, and then, you know what I'm saying. So, like, literally, I say about 12 o'clock, I'm already out. I'm out of school. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll work. I'll go straight to my job, McDonald's, and I'll work there. I can only work there for 4 hours or whatever. From there, I went to the crib. Like, I didn't stay far from my granny's house, and I'll just sit on the porch, and you know what I'm saying, because I had a curfew. I stayed in a group home for the last 2 years of my um high school years. Um so literally, I can't stand my dog sometimes. Um so the group home I stayed at, it was walking distance from my house. It was like, we have these little towns in Chicago and Illinois on the west side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was born and raised in Maywood, Illinois, right? Um, and if nobody don't know what Maywood, Illinois is, Michael Finley, he played for a Texas team. I can't think. I know Michael Finley played for a Texas team. Um, in the NBA. I can't think of that name. But in the meantime, between time, it was a dude named Shannon Brown. He was married to Monica for a minute. Shannon Brown is from Maywood, Illinois as well. And he played for the Lakers for, I don't know, a couple of years or whatever. He played even before Kobe had even retired. He was playing. out there. But I've been following Shannon Brown since Shannon Brown was he used to go to Proviso East. Then after he did that, he went to Michigan State. From Michigan State, he ended up at in the Lakers. Like, I'm a big sports fanatic. I love sports. It is what it is. But yeah, I was I'm a big Shannon Brown fan. I was a big Michael Finley played for the Mavericks. That's who he played for, and I was a big ass fan of his. Um, so I started playing ball. It's crazy because like it's like I can shoot my ass off, but in the meantime, between time I'm only 5 foot even. It's really hard. Like I taught my boys how to throw a football. I know how to throw a football. I taught them how to play basketball. My daughter, she's only 4'8", and she used to play football. Her 8th grade year, she played football. For her junior high. Yeah, we had some good days, good times. It is what it is, you know. Um, what? You, what we got problems? We got problems? We got problems, twin. Mm-mm. Go find you some business, bro. But yeah, so it is. Find you some business. Find you some business. I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I ain't trying to hear that. Real talk. Whatever, twin. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you today. Uh, so yeah, so shout out to my nigga Joey Serpent X. That was my story time, nigga. Um, I will be. I know I'm be on here later on tonight. Um, gotta be at work tomorrow, Monday morning. I mean Monday night. I work overnight, so I know I'll be on here later on tonight. So I mean, I really appreciate everybody being in my chat. I'm gonna go to sleep. I've been up because I work overnight, so now I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? So it's going on 6 o'clock out here. Um, but if nobody go, I'm gonna give. I'll give about 10 minutes before I shut my live down and lay it down or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna give. I ain't gonna say 10 minutes, 5. So I'm lying. Um, but yeah, that's a piece of my story time, nigga. I like to talk about my story, like regardless of me being, um, I grew up in a bad toxic relationship with my mom. Um, that don't define who I am. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just never could see myself how my mom treats me compared to I got two other brothers, and you know what I'm saying. She loved the hell out of them. I don't have a problem with that, but it is what it is. You feel me? What makes me mad about the whole situation? My mom don't want. My mom has never took accountability of anything, and I'm the opposite. I don't have a problem with it. If I said it, I said it. Like, what we gonna do? That's how I always been like that. Like, what we gonna do? You want to catch this fade or what? Feel me? Um, yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna lay it down. I'm sleepy as fuck. So I'm gonna lay it down for a couple of hours. I will be on here uh, later on today. I hope y'all subscribe. Um, Press that like button. Shut up, nigga. Um, um, Press that like button. If you don't stop on this, I ain't gonna shut up. I mean, not shut up. I'm sorry. Be quiet. Um, Hit that like button for sure and subscribe to my channel. Um, Again, I love open panels, so I will be having open panels later on today. But I'm gonna get up out of here, and I hope everybody have a blessed Sunday morning. I'll holler at y'all. You feel me?